Hey guys, thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm hugely excited to bring you this video, and there's some great news in this week's update if you haven't read it already, and I'm really eager to share that news with you guys. So as always, this week we'll be covering the weekly update from the developers at QI Software, starting with the big announcement of the week. We finally have a tangible expectation for the closed alpha, and it's very good news. Whilst the team haven't fully solved the issue that they were having pressed on them on the legal side, it looks as though we should see things squared off in the next couple of days after this video goes out. The team states that if things continue to move forward smoothly over this coming week, then the launch of the closed alpha will begin. Now, because the team want to be transparent and haven't launched a project of this scope or scale before, they will be doing a slow rollout, as they call it. Because Indiegogo's API does not properly report refunds to the backend, which will require the team to reconcile backend dates with theirs, and because of the limited payment processing methods available to the team, they will be initiating a 2-week countdown. This will be a countdown to launch of the closed alpha itself. Now, when the countdown starts, an announcement will be made, and shortly after this announcement, the team will be in touch with Nitrado to bring a portion of the servers online, and they will start to trickle QI partners into the project. These partners will act as guinea pigs to identify key issues and problems that could affect backers during the closed alpha, as well as stress testing the servers themselves with the expected amount of players to make sure things run smoothly. This is a huge opportunity for QI partners like myself, and it's worth noting that I'll be making every effort to put out content as soon as we're allowed to do so. So make sure you're following my Twitch and keep an eye on the channel for new videos. Just before this countdown comes to an end, servers will begin spinning up and getting ready for the floodgates to open. Once the countdown completes, keys will be dispersed via QI Software's websites. Backers will receive an email when this process starts, though the team recommends that everyone registers an account ahead of time so that they can redeem their keys the moment they become available. I've included a link to this in the description for you to register. So essentially guys, it's almost here. We have a lot to look forward to over the coming weeks, and I'm super excited to share that time with you once backers get access. Thank you so much for all of the support in the last few weeks. This community has been nothing but kind to me, and believe me when I say that we're just getting started. Right after the information about the closed alpha, the team do a basic FAQ about the closed alpha itself, so we'll go over that now. Question 1. What is the legal issue holding back the release? And the team answer this by saying, well, we have been advised to not divulge too many specifics. It is essentially a trademark dispute that required a bit of back and forth on what was okay and what was not. The team also make a note that they've gone out of their way to minimize this issue popping up again in future. Question 2. Isn't the closed alpha supposed to be out by the end of July? We made sure to deliver weekly updates to keep you guys informed, but without dropping any specific release dates that we knew we may not be able to hit. To be blunt, we hate it when we promise a date and cannot follow through with it. It is incredibly soul-crushing for us. While the issue is nearly dealt with, we have a responsibility to make sure that the closed alpha works when we say that it's available, and part of that for us is a slower rollout because we simply don't have the experience on hand to just flip a switch and have everything work overnight. The next question is, why is there an NDA in place? And the team answered this by saying NDAs on early builds of software are commonplace. However, content creators that are partnered with us will be given plenty of opportunities to release gameplay clips or even stream the game on Twitch or YouTube. And question 4, the final question, says, what if X feature is missing from vlog Y? I look forward to it. And the team answer this by saying the definition of an alpha is feature incomplete but playable. If something is missing, it likely had some issues or content that the system drives was not adequately developed in time for the closed alpha. In many cases, we'll either introduce it via a patch during the closed alpha or let you guys know why the feature got cut. So that's just about everything with regards to the closed alpha. I hope you guys are looking forward to it because I know that I am, and I'll be doing my very best to squash as many bugs as I can during the early testing period to make sure that you guys get the best possible experience when you gain access. Let's move on to the work the team have been focusing on this week. First up is Kyle, who has been working on various bug fixes causing the occasional crash on dedicated servers. He's also been working with implementing door barricades into player construction and wrapped up implementing better water in dead matter. He's also added a mechanic that players will need to keep in mind. You'll need keys for vehicles unless you're hot wiring it, and players will need to remember to take the keys out of the ignition when leaving or getting ready to jump out of their vehicle. Leaving them in the car will risk your car being stolen. Next up, we look at Nomad's work, who has also been working with barricades of a sort. He's implemented basic traps for player settlements, which I know is something that many have been asking for. The first is a barbed wire trap that can be placed anywhere in a player's base. Players won't be able to craft these, but instead must find bundled barbed wire stacks around the map in order to place them. I think this is a pretty good choice because it's just another part of progression that will give us something to look out for. Minor bleeding will be applied if players try to actively move through the wire, but will not result in damage while standing still. The second trap is an electrified fence kit. Players can construct this addition to their fence. It does exactly what you'd expect it to and has a power switch that can be disabled if you can reach it. Gunslinger has implemented zombie looting for the closed alpha, which will mean that we can rummage through the rags of the undead to try and find something remotely useful in some way. Nahito has been working with more props and will find these specifically in rural areas of the map. Alberta has quite a few farms, and those farms need equipment to work, at least before the outbreak, so we can expect to see plenty of these scattered around the map itself. Axe has been working with the R700's animations such as magazine variant reloads and ammo checks, which he continues to nail. Those of you following these videos are probably aware that this is our backer weapon, and I can't help but get more and more excited to get my hands on this thing with each of the footage clips that we see. He's also been working with the team's animators to get single round reloading implemented for the revolver, for when players don't have a speed loader handy. Finally, animations are now ready for the Makarov as well, which is a survival game staple that I'm sure many of you will be familiar with. One last thing to end the update, guys, and that's that the shooting range has implemented a shooter's challenge area for players to test their accuracy and speed on dummies. This will be a separate area that can be launched from the main menu, which is a neat little feature that I don't think we've seen in survival games up until this point, and is more commonplace amongst competitive FPSs. That's everything from me today, guys, but if you find this video interesting or useful, please drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel for some more Dead Matter content, especially now that we're coming very close to seeing some gameplay. I'm intending to cover guides, gameplay, and tips in a number of ways, so stay tuned. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you in the next one.